The Dunkirk Evacuation, also known as Operation Dynamo, stands as one of the most remarkable military rescues in history. Taking place between May 26 and June 4, 1940, it saw the successful evacuation of over 338,000 Allied soldiers from the beaches of Dunkirk, France, under relentless attack from German forces. Often referred to as a miracle of deliverance, the operation played a crucial role in shaping the early years of World War II. The context: fall of France. In the spring of 1940, Nazi Germany launched a lightning-fast invasion of France and the Low Countries. Using the tactic of blitzkrieg, a swift and overwhelming combination of air power and ground troops, the Germans bypassed the heavily fortified Maginot Line and advanced rapidly through the Ardennes forest, catching the Allies off guard. By late May, German forces had encircled the British Expeditionary Force (BEF), along with French and Belgian troops, in a pocket along the northern coast of France. With their backs to the English Channel and the enemy closing in, it seemed that a large portion of the Allied army would be destroyed or captured. Operation Dynamo, the evacuation begins. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the British government launched Operation Dynamo, named after the dynamo room in the Dover naval base from which it was coordinated. Vice Admiral Bertram Ramsay was placed in charge of organizing the evacuation effort, facing the near-impossible task of rescuing hundreds of thousands of men under enemy fire. Initially, the British government hoped to evacuate around 45,000 troops over 2 days. However, the scope of the operation quickly expanded as more soldiers reached the beaches and harbor of Dunkirk. The Little Ships of Dunkirk. One of the most iconic aspects of the Dunkirk evacuation was the civilian effort. Hundreds of small boats, fishing vessels, pleasure craft, lifeboats and ferries, joined the Royal Navy in crossing the English Channel to help ferry troops from the beaches to larger ships offshore. These little ships of Dunkirk became a symbol of British courage and resilience. Their small size allowed them to reach the shallow beaches where larger vessels could not go, playing a vital role in the rescue operation. German opposition and challenges. The evacuation was carried out under constant threat. The Luftwaffe, German Air Force, bombed the beaches, ships and nearby towns, causing severe casualties and damage. German troops were also advancing steadily toward the shrinking Allied perimeter. However, the Germans made a critical strategic decision. Hitler ordered a temporary halt to the advance on Dunkirk, partly to allow the Luftwaffe to finish the job and partly due to concerns about overextending their forces. This pause gave the Allies valuable time to organize the evacuation. The outcome and legacy. By the time Operation Dynamo ended on June 4, 1940, a total of 338,226 soldiers had been rescued, 198,000 British and 140,000 French and Belgian troops. Although much equipment and heavy weaponry were abandoned, the preservation of so many lives allowed Britain to continue the fight against Nazi Germany. The evacuation did not mark a military victory in the traditional sense, but it was a significant morale booster for Britain and the Allies. Prime Minister Winston Churchill captured this sentiment in a famous speech to Parliament, stating, "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall never surrender."